The restaurant was exactly the way she remembered it. Candlelight, soft music, the same corner table overlooking the river, our anniversary tradition. When she walked in and saw me waiting, dressed sharper than usual, relief washed over her face. She thought this night meant forgiveness. She thought love had won. I stood and kissed her cheek like everything was normal. She smiled, nervous but hopeful. "I can't believe you remembered," she said. I remembered everything. I remembered the late nights. The phone flipped face down. The way she flinched when I touched her shoulder. I remembered the messages I'd read at 3 in the morning while she slept beside me, whispering another man's name into her screen. But tonight wasn't about anger. Tonight was about timing. We ordered wine, the expensive bottle she loved. She relaxed as the glasses filled, her shoulders lowering as if the past few months had just been a misunderstanding. She talked about memories, trips, inside jokes. She laughed too loudly, like laughter could stitch trust back together. I listened, patiently. When dessert arrived, I reached into my jacket pocket. Her eyes lit up. She thought it was a gift. Maybe jewelry. Maybe a note. It was an envelope. Inside was a USB drive and a folded letter. She looked confused. "What's this?" "Our anniversary present," I said calmly. She plugged the USB into her phone without thinking. Habit. Curiosity always got the best of her. Her smile faded. Her face drained of color as audio began to play. Her voice filled the space between us. Intimate. Breathless. Confident in her betrayal. "I love how sneaking around makes it feel real," her recorded voice said. Then his voice followed. Laughing. Mocking. Talking about me like I was a joke who paid the bills. Her hands started to shake. "What is this?" she whispered. I sipped my wine. "An audio story," I said. "Just like you asked for. Only this one's real." I watched her eyes dart around, panic setting in as pieces connected. She tried to turn the phone off. I stopped her gently. "Let it finish," I said. "I listened to all of it. It's only fair." The recording continued. Dates, hotel rooms, plans, jokes about how I'd never leave, about how safe I was. Predictable. Other diners started noticing her distress. She lowered the phone, tears forming. "Please," she said. "Not here." "This is where we celebrate honesty," I replied. "Or at least we used to." I slid the letter across the table. She opened it with trembling fingers. It wasn't long. It didn't need to be. It explained that I knew everything, that the recordings were backed up in multiple places, that her affair partner's wife had already received copies, that her workplace HR department had too, thanks to their little habit of meeting during business trips. I watched comprehension hit her like a wave. "You ruined me," she said, her voice cracking. "No," I answered quietly. "I stopped protecting you." She cried then. Full sobs, the kind meant to summon sympathy. Heads turned. A server hovered, unsure whether to intervene. She reached for my hand. I pulled it back. "This isn't revenge," I said. "This is closure." She asked about us, about counseling, about second chances. She said it was a mistake, that it didn't mean anything. I finally leaned forward. "You recorded yourself," I said softly. "You planned it. You enjoyed it. That wasn't a mistake. That was a choice." The affair partner lost everything within days. His marriage, his job, his reputation. He stopped answering her calls once consequences showed up. The man who promised her a future vanished the moment reality arrived. She didn't know that yet. I paid the bill, left cash on the table. I stood, straightened my jacket, and looked at her one last time. "This was our anniversary," I said. "The day I stopped being your husband." As I walked out, her phone buzzed nonstop. Messages flooding in. Calls she couldn't escape. Her fantasy collapsing in real time. I didn't look back. Weeks later, she begged. Apologies turned into anger when I didn't respond. She said I humiliated her, that I destroyed her life. She never mentioned the humiliation I felt listening to her voice loving another man. The divorce was quick, clean, unemotional. I kept the restaurant receipt, not as a trophy, as a reminder that revenge doesn't have to be loud, violent, or cruel. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's planned, and sometimes it arrives right on schedule. On the night someone thought they were being forgiven, only to realize they were being remembered.